We are joined, I was going to say every Thursday, by Patrick Gremion, host of the Patty G Show, but it's not every Thursday because the last 2 Thursdays I've been remarkably pink. I have been inside joke. If you watch the Facebook live feed, we've been having problems.
You need to get a sunscreen sponsor, Brian.
Yeah, we do.
Get some of that color off you.
Well, so I'm going to show my age here. The old driver's ed video, blood on the streets, where like they would show the blood drip down the windshield and that hue that was on the windshield afterwards. That's what I looked like the last 2 Thursdays. But we've been on the road. The Pelican Institute's Solution Summit and the Louisiana Association of Business and Industry's annual meeting. Both fantastic events. They are on my calendar before the year even begins. I look forward to these 2 things. But it means taking the show on the road on a Thursday, which means that you get to sleep in. So welcome back, Patrick Gremion. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you, Brian?
Doing very well. Everything going good on the Patty G Show?
Everything is going swimmingly.
Okay.
We are just rocking and rolling, cruising and boozing, and
why swimmingly became a good phrase?
I do. I mean, for some people, going swimmingly is not a pleasant experience.
It's your boat sank. How's it going? Swimmingly. Weren't you in a boat? I was, but now I'm swimming.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a positive remark, right?
It's generally accepted as a positive thing.
I guess, like, summertime swimming, it's a fun activity with the family, but, for a boat, or it could be a bad situation. Yeah. But thankfully, we're not recording the show on a boat.
I mean, boatingly would be a terrible phrase.
Going fast.
Shout out. All right. We've got business to talk to. What do you want? Okay. You don't know an island?
know Lonely Island. I just don't get what's happening here.
We've started to swim. Now we're boating. Now we're
completely just off topic.
It's going to be like this all day long, Alondra.
March Madness.
March Madness. It's going to be distracted. It's going to be just random takes of chasing things that are shiny. That's where we're at.
So it's got nothing to do with basketball.
No, it's all about basketball. It's 16 games today.
I'm aware of that. I just think
16
I just think
today.
the madness in
Did you
March
fill out a bracket?
Do I look like a guy that filled out a bracket? Based on your knowledge of me.
I like money. You like money?
Can
you
I
win
say
$2,023 over 1045ESPN.com in the bracket challenge. You don't have to be good at this. Matt Moscona brings his mother on the show every year.
And I promise you she's got a better chance than I.
No, she has the exact same chance as you. Because you don't know if Drake is going to beat Miami. Not the university, the actual rapper.
I didn't realize that was exactly my point.
You don't know if Kennesaw State is going to upset Xavier. They're not, by the way.
I didn't know Kennesaw State was the thing.
Yeah.
See, like I wouldn't even know where to begin with these brackets.
Yeah.
I don't have any upsets on my bracket.
None? You just took straight
I always go with
favorites?
the favorites.
So.
Well, okay, because the one thing I learned from John Brady, field goal stat. Well, I learned a lot from John Brady.
One thing I was going to say.
Okay, I learned
and
a lot.
Oh, by the way,
Wait,
we're all still learning from John Brady. Not past tense.
Yes.
I thought field goals weren't in basketball.
Yeah.
Field goal percentage. Any
percentage.
shot you make from the floor. Any shot that's not a free throw is a field goal.
See, exactly my point. This is why I don't have a bracket.
This is why I don't wear vests. My word. Is Oral Roberts going to beat Duke? You don't know.
Sure.
You don't know. They might. Duke's got, a brand new coach. Won the ACC, but brand new coach. My point is, that's the beauty of the tournament, is you don't know. It's a gorgeous thing from start to finish. We got business to talk, though. Let's talk a little business. There's a new portal.
There is.
That could take you to other dimensions. No, I'm sorry. It's just here for a small business owner.
I think it desires to take you to other dimensions, but when actually filling out the application and going through the portal process, it's a little underwhelming in my opinion.
So, the state of Louisiana has launched a new digital platform to connect entrepreneurs and small business owners with resources to help them start and grow their businesses. Louisiana Business Hub, which their website is louisianabizhub.com, B-I-Z hub.com, brings order to the often chaotic search for information, networking, and resources that are the lifeblood of every small business. Visitors to the site gain access to a searchable database of resource providers around the state, offering a wide range of services from business planning, entrepreneurial training, and business counseling to sales and marketing, human resources, and more. Tell me why this is important, and tell me why it's going to be a game changer.
So I think it's going to be important because we're seeing a group effort. We're not having all these different areas across the state want to do their own thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're having this unity of coming together, pooling resources, and also with the interactive map, you're able to see where you're at and where you're going to need help. So if you're looking to expand operations somewhere else in the state.
Interactive map. Walk me through that. What does that look like?
Okay, so it's a picture of the state, and it's got broken up between the different regions, right?
Nine. I'm assuming 9 regions, just like LDH. Okay.
Right. So it's broken up that way. And when you click on the specific region you're looking to go into, then you start tailoring your search criteria. So you start and you categorize who you're looking for. You're looking for sales and marketing. What type of target demographic are you after if someone specializes in that? Now, from that, what's going to be beneficial is people go into a different region for the first time. Why you scratch your head like that, Brian?
Well, if they could do this for podcasting, it would shut so many people up so quickly. Think about that. If they did this for podcasting, you could say, about 1,000 people already do that. You're not going to be different. So my initial takeaway there is this a hindrance to scare people out of going into business for themselves?
Ooh, good take. So I tried to do it this morning, and I did all the criterias and everything in the capital region. I got 0 results. So,
0 results.
0 results.
So is it populated yet?
That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just pushing this out as something that is coming and something that they're working on developing. I think it's going to take a lot of people to A, sign up, and B, start using this.
So, like you said, it's regional, and the idea that everybody who's in a particular region is already all in. Like, output is only as good as input. So population of this thing could be detrimental to the early stages, but the longer they stay at it and continue to grow it, the more likely it'll be useful. I didn't mean to derail the entire thing because, no, there's value to this. There's huge value to this, but we're due up for a break. So let's go ahead and pause. We will check traffic. Taylor's in the house. We will check. Thank God. We will check your money now. We'll come back. Patty G's Talking Business next. It is 6:46 at Talk 107.3.
Did you just say we're going to check God?
No, I said thank God.
I was about to say, we're going to call up on the big man upstairs? You got a dial tone?
We didn't even have a hotline yesterday. I don't know.
Oh, people couldn't call in?
Yeah, all the interviews that were set to call the hotline did not call the hotline.
Hook me up with the the cubicle upstairs.
Excellent.
You're getting an office?
Kind of. It's a cubicle.
That's an office. It's an office space.
It's an office space, which is much appreciated.
It's a workspace.
Yes. Matt came downstairs yesterday to tell me that. And then I'm supposed to learn how to do the video board because the 31st they need somebody because Taylor's going to be out and so is Jacob back.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yep. And you're going to do that. You're going to do a great job, and then I'm going to have to find another producer because that's how it rolls.
No.
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 That's where we're at.
No.
I am going to get water because I
am not abandoning Brian or this show.
I heard she was excited to leave this show.
That's not true.
I heard this is really just a stepping stone to train people.
That's not true.
Because you're okay with you're accepting of mistakes, Brian.
That's not true in my case. I enjoy this greatly.
It's a good thing in the morning,
Yeah.
It's fun, wakes you up.
And Brian's probably the easiest person I've ever worked with.
It's all part of the Brian Haldane broadcasting tree. You know how when a coach has his assistant coaches go on to be great head coaches?
Yeah, that's your tree.
Like Kirby Smart coached under Nick Saban. Now he's beating Nick Saban. That's
That's not.
That's
So
the
you're
broadcasting tree.
the tree, and then you grab your fruit and you cultivate your fruit, and then right when it's time, they just kind of and they leave
And, yes.
and they go on and plant their own tree.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
So some would say you are the gateway to the successful orchard.
Just a part of the Matt Kennedy broadcasting tree. See? Wait.
Put this on YouTube.
Soft shell crab, field shrimp. If we don't serve it, you don't need to be eating it. We've been in the game for over 25 years serving the best po' boys in Baton Rouge. You owe it to your taste buds to come check us out at 3358 Drusilla Lane or call us at 248-1999. And remember, in order to make a great New Orleans style po' boy, you got to be from New Orleans. We will see you there.
I love that commercial so much.
If we don't make it, you don't need it.
That's right. Look, why have you not had Rock? Well, I don't know if you would come on and do a podcast at night. Rocco is.
We can do it during the day.
He is. You need to go to him. Go post up over at Rocco's one day. He is fantastic. I bring him on.
Get one of those 360 cameras, stick in your mouth, and like do the filming with Rocco behind the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
In your mouth.
You never seen those?
No.
They get these 360 cameras and they go on like whitewater rafting excursions or something, or just when they're doing like random stuff, and like you hold it in your mouth and it just gets like your face looks like really weird, but you get like a 360 bubble eye.
That's weird. I don't know if I'd walk around with a camera in my mouth.
It's like a little small little camera.
So I haven't gotten the RNC morning frequency in months, and all of a sudden it popped back up again this morning. I wonder what's the deal.
Okay, so this particular portal focuses more on nonprofits delivering their services to business organizations.
One day we're going to get away from that and concentrate on businesses. You can ask them, just a whole other thing for me. It's
well, so it's. I feel like nobody.
I'm getting.
Build something new, and then exactly this. You've got 100 of these things built, and like nobody's utilizing any of them.
Right.
Like the fact that I went on there this morning to go through their typical search, and we got 0 results.
That ought to tell you something.
Like,
right?
But I mean, that's a whole bigger conversation for a whole different day. Imagine if somebody bought you a star and you lived in a place you couldn't see it. Like,
there was an episode of Phineas and Ferb where they bought a star, and they went to the galaxy where the star was, and they landed on a planet, and they treated them like kings because it was their star. So, find a resource. Wait, select a region.
yeah. Oh,
Capital
you're
region.
going to do this. Yes, it should be a map. Oh, you didn't do the map. I did the map.
Connect to resources.
Yeah, so then do your parameters. So what's your business stage, Brian?
Growth.
That's what I did.
Area of assistance. Legal. 652 Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP, 46 degrees in downtown Baton Rouge. Mornings with Brian Haldane, rolling right along. We are talking business with Patrick Grimion, and we're filling out the, we're actually doing a live experiment right now. I'm on LouisianaBizHub.com, and trying to find anything at all where it's helping. And Patrick, I think when we walked through it a little while ago, we were pretty much right on. I got nothing.
Yes, we've got no results. We've done two very different searches.
Yeah. This is going to have to populate before it's worth anything. But let's go back to the potential value of it. Walk me through a little bit about why it potentially could be a good idea.
So I think now keep in mind, you're going to have a lot of factors that go into making this thing a success. But the idea or the concept in and of itself of having a platform that is locally focused, regionally focused further to notate who could help you with what specific
Yeah.
need. The concept's great.
It's called Google,
I
though,
was
isn't it?
literally about to
Like,
say
if-
some people call it Google.
Well, it's just I wanted to be positive about this, but the more we walk down the path, the more negative I get. The more I think, why couldn't I just Google? Okay, if I need an environmental lawyer in Baton Rouge, why can't I Google environmental lawyer Baton Rouge?
Or could you chat
or they-
GPT it?
Well, that's a whole other discussion. That is a whole other discussion. But if I still want a real life lawyer,
Yeah.
I could just Google that. If I need an accountant in Baton Rouge and I don't want to go too far, I can Google accountant mid-city Baton Rouge, accountant downtown Baton Rouge. These are all things that companies like GatorWorks or Blinkjar or all these different SEO companies and web service companies have done for years to cultivate this. And now the LED says we're going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to, it's everything you could do on Google. It's just, you could select your region, which you could do on Google.
So is it a scapegoat for harnessing your SEO on your website? Is it a way to avoid having to do SEO on your website and not go down that path? If you're a business owner that may not know how to do that or don't have the funds to hire somebody, could this platform, this portal, be that solution temporarily?
I don't think so.
Because you think about it, they're going to have to ask you these questions. Right now, I haven't gone and tried the other end of this, the sign-up side of this, where you can put in your information for the services you provide. I also don't necessarily know if it's going to be a platform for for-profit entities to come in and say, we're selling our services. I think it's more of harnessing those nonprofits trying to start and help entrepreneurs get their businesses up and running with free resources. So you may not have local accounting firm unless they go in there and say, we're a firm that will help startups free of charge.
Yeah.
That would be a valuable tool. If you knew which people were doing your pro bono hour work that we're not going to charge you for that, I could see some benefit there.
In that regard, it would be. But as it is right now, just some kind of unpopulated aggregator, I don't see it paying off.
I think the article was kind of jumped ahead because, I mean, two people went and tried to do it and we were unsuccessful, right? You know, if I'm going to...
two completely different searches.
Right. If we're going to have a portal and I'm going to be driving people to that portal, I'm going to make sure whatever resources I've got come available, or at least tell them, hey, we don't have anything here. Would you like to submit a recommendation?
Right.
You know, something of that nature. I think the concept and the theory behind what they're trying to do, bringing all the regions together, pooling resources of people that are willing to help entrepreneurs get things off the ground is a good idea in theory. I'm curious to see what's going to happen from the execution standpoint of this.
We got to talk about this guy who got his card game launched. Danza Huey launched his card game business.
Yes. So I'm curious from your perspective, Brian, at what age do drinking games no longer become appropriate to play?
When you're legally old enough to drink.
No. Is there an age in which you get to further advancing than your years? Are you too old to play drinking games is my
when
question.
You're legally old enough to drink. Drinking games are for children who have not legally made the drinking age yet.
You're saying, okay, so stop when you can drink.
I'm saying
You can legally
yes,
drink?
when you're 19 or 20, you're playing beer pong or you're playing flip cup.
Right. I think his card games, after they've got a little bit more class to them.
Did you see Alondra cringe when I said flip cup?
You have some bad experiences with Flip Cup, Alondra?
No, I'm so good at Flip Cup.
Oh, she's so good at Flip Cup.
Yeah, bad experience considering.
So we need to have a morning show where we do like shots of coffee or something.
Drinking.
No,
I love
espresso. We're like no alcohol, but we'll do a flip game in here.
That's not fun.
You want to start drinking at 6:35 on a Thursday morning?
5 o'clock somewhere.
I'm not saying I don't. I mean, yeah.
Okay. We'll get his card games and we'll start playing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, he actually did a pretty interesting chain of events where he started his company and then he started working with Target.
Mhm.
And they have their, I guess, kind of ecosystem where they're harnessing new entrepreneurs in the retail space.
Yeah.
I mean, for them, it's brilliant. We're first to find out new products and the first ones to deliver them to our shelves. From Target's concept, it's brilliant. From his perspective, he's selling at Target once he gets through this thing, right?
And that's something that can foster growth.
100%.
Yes.
You know, and now I would be curious. So I'm going to reach out to him and get him on the show because he's in Baton Rouge, even though he travels between BR and Atlanta. He I'm curious to get what the back end of the Target deal is into what he can discuss. I don't know if they require a percentage of the company or how all that turns. Like, I don't know what they take because, I mean, if they're going to give, they got to get something in return, right?
Yeah, but they're putting you on a growth path that who cares what they take? Well, I shouldn't say who cares what they take. You are going to be buckled up for a ride that you don't have to navigate. You don't have to drive. They're handling all of that for you. You are a very well taken care of passenger along this ride.
Now, what if they made you sell exclusively in Target? Would that still be as good of a deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In the short term, at least.
Right, but long
You're
term,
in Target for crying out loud.
I understand you're in Target, but imagine not being able to sell this game on like your own website or Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Something that has because the online retail potential for this, I think, is going to be huge.
Yes.
So, but now you got to tell people you have to buy it at Target.
I mean, Amazon.com and Target.com can be found in the same place. That would be anyone's laptop or phone.
True.
So at that point, it's just a distribution venue.
Yeah.
What you want is the full backing of the name Target, and that's what he's got here. I'm looking forward to that. Let me know when you get him on. In the meanwhile, we got to get out of here. Who's on the show this week?
This week we have Tabitha Miller of Animated Art Balloon Decor.
Okay.
And it's
Animated Art Balloon Decor.
Yeah. If you don't watch the show, go check it out because she redecorated the whole studio.
Yeah, made poodles and everything. He's Patrick Gremion, host of the Patty G Show. I'm sorry. I do that every time. We got to get you the news here on Talk 107.3 FM.
Patrick, who you bringing on? Oh, they're garbage. They're hot trash. Don't go listen to that.
I didn't say they were hot trash.
You have a business around
Did you
balloons?
say animated balloon art?
Animated art balloons.
So it's actual balloons.
Yes.
They make balloon animals.
Just to make balloon animals.
What's the fish?
Animated art balloon decor.
Yes. So she doesn't make balloon animals.
She used to.
Worthless if she doesn't do that.
But so you gotta listen because she actually used to make balloon animals. But no, she makes stuff like that.
That's fantastic. That actually is gorgeous. Yeah. That's a lot. She blow those up herself?
With helium tanks.
She out of breath for the whole interview? Sorry. Sorry. Did you miss me? Show her the picture.
So
the balloon animal lady.
After he dogged on her.
Oh God, I don't want to look at it because I'm not gonna lie.
No, so this is the type of stuff she does. Okay. Like cool, legit stuff. You know?
And my question was, did she blow this up herself?
Yeah. So of course he went down the blowing and the rubber route.
It looks fascinating. It really does. I'm not crapping on her at all. Just we should probably do like some kind of at the beginning of the segment. Let me know what's coming later on so I can find a better angle. I may naturally I hit the one-liners. I could be sarcastic. Some might even say witty. I wouldn't say that.
I mean, I would say derogatory, but
How is it derogatory? You got a problem with balloon animals?
The way you said it was like, oh, she makes balloon animals.
No, I said poodles.
Wait, who else did you did that 3-4 weeks ago? A canoe. Oh, he makes a canoe.
What was that about? I don't even remember that one now.
It was LA Custom Kayaks.
Yes, that sounded really good.
Hilarious.
Brian, you need to be on more pitch competition judge panels.
Oh my God.
I would,
yes.
dude. You
You
would
would
televise
crush
that shit. Yes.
Because you would. So, and I can't do it. I can't do it on the air. I'll have to text you the pitch that I saw where I was just like, Brian would annihilate this.
I would love that. See, the thing is, they can't do it. They can't have me on though because I would send people home crying
Well, so it was
and send others crying laughing.
So it was somebody that wanted to make a music-based platform where you could share your interest in music on your profile page and have.
Was this person's name Tom?
No, a social. the whole time it's pitching, I'm like, we've made a full circle. This next generation is not aware of the previous technology that existed. It was like you in the landline, you know? A central phone in a house where everybody could call and anyone in the house could answer. How brilliant of an idea is that, Brian?
This was something on TikTok.
You follow Brian on TikTok?
She's not on TikTok. She's scared of China.
I mean, they have a spy balloon, so, they've already got everything they need. All right. Well, I'm going to go get my poodle.
Last week, it is time to get a look at your forecast. Here is WBRZ meteorologist Marissa Nuzzo. I'm good friends with the sister of your guest from last week.
Chad Foster?
Other than the week before.
Monkey?
No, Davis.
Yeah, Monkey. Stephen Davis.
Stephen Davis.
Monkey.
What's Monkey?
His name's Monkey.
There's no Saint Stephen.
His nickname is Monkey.
I've never called him Monkey. I've only called him Stephen.
Well, yeah, Stephen Davis. Yeah, great guy.
So his sister is Libby. Her husband is Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Drew and I, turns out, are cousins. Long search there. But
Jesus. You need to get Scott on here to talk about SVB.
SVB.
Silicon Valley Bank.
They don't exist anymore, do they?
The bank that crashed.
Yeah.
Get him on here to talk about it.
Scott likes to talk a lot more off air. I do need to get him on. I need to get him. You're right. Okay. Later. 7:05. Talk 107.3 FM, WBRP. Hour 2 on Mornings with Brian Haldane. Coming your way right now. Brian here with you. Alondra producing. Thanks again to Patrick Remy on. Alondra, was I being derogatory towards the balloon company?
All you said was poodle. If poodle's a derogatory term, then
I look at making balloon animals as a talent. Like I can't do it. I've got a friend that can do all of them.
yeah, not everyone can do that.
But I don't know why he took that as an insult.
I can't blow that much.
What she does I'm leaving that alone. What she does though is these fantastic decorations. This company that's on the Petty G show this week.
Yeah.
They're these elaborate decorations. They're gorgeous. I hope she doesn't blow up all the balloons herself because she would just totally constantly be out of breath.
Yeah.
But they're actually gorgeous.
No, he showed us a picture. They were super cool.
Yeah.
And those are like trendy, right? Like balloon arches.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a balloon arch.
I know.
What was her name?
I
What was the
don't
company?
remember.
Dang.
I know. Something balloon art.
Animated balloon art.
I remember the word animated was in there. Yeah.
Anyway.
You're going to have to check
Great
out
job.
the Petty G show to find out, though. Everywhere you get your podcast, that's where we're going. I just didn't think that was being derogatory. You can't,
I don't think it was derogatory.
with 20 seconds to go in the segment, you can't hit me with balloon art and not expect a one-liner.
He should have let you know beforehand.
Animated art balloon decor.
Okay, animated art balloon decor. Thank you, Patty G.
Anywhere you get your podcast, and, of course, the Saturdays on Demand lineup right here on Talk 107.3 FM. Tabitha Miller. Thank you. Got all that without the Biz Hub. Hey now. Chris Meyer from the Baton Rouge Area Foundation slated to join us in our next segment. Crime Stoppers making its triumphant return at 7:35. I say triumphant return because we've been on the road for 2 weeks. 2 Thursdays we've been out of studio. And that's why, Patty G wasn't in full form to not hit me with balloon animals. So good. But we'll be back in with Crime Stoppers at 7:35. I'm looking forward to both Crime Stoppers as well as the Baton Rouge Area Foundation. We've got a lot to cover when Chris Meyer's in studio coming up in our next segment. Right now, though, time for top stories and trending. Let's get it. The city parish is looking to make some big upgrades to the current 911 call system, which may raise residents' phone bills. Wednesday afternoon, the Board of Commissioners voted to approve a lease for a new building that will serve as a parish-wide backup location. Director Jim Verlander says it is the first of its kind in the parish. The quote, the Backup Unified Command Center, BUCC, B-U-C-C, is going to be over at Bon Carré, and it will actually provide a backup location for all the emergency service organizations across the entire parish, Verlander said. He says the backup locations in the parish aren't as functional as they would like them to be. Along with the new facility, the communications district is in the process of switching the current 911 call system over to a new cloud-based system. As it stands, calls are funneled through AT&T, which has led to problems in the past. A charter school operator that has gained attention for its success in Colorado and Texas plans to take over Prescott Middle School this summer. This is according to The Advocate, who reports that Third Future Schools, a Denver-based group, plans to take over Prescott Middle from Democracy Prep, a New York City-based group that surrendered its charter in January after 7 years in operation. Third Future has several notable features that have made it stand out against other charter schools in Louisiana, including customized instruction for both high-flying and struggling students, out-of-state and out-of-country field trips. Out-of-country field trips, that's awesome. And unique electives like photography and martial arts. Third Future also makes a point to pay its teachers at least $12,000 more per year than surrounding school districts. Louisiana's Board of Elementary and Secondary Education voted unanimously last week to have Third Future take control of the school for the next 3 school years through the summer of 2026. Kyle Ardoin has some more competition in the Secretary of State's race. The current Secretary of State will now have to square off against Mike Francis, coming over from the Public Service Commission. Francis, a Crowley Republican, said he'll run for Secretary of State this fall, joining a growing field of candidates. Francis said in an interview he's been meeting with clerks of court who run elections in their respective parishes. Many of them asked him to run. People tell me all the time I should run. They tell me, said Francis. Ardoin, also a Republican, took over from previous Secretary of State Tom Shedler back in 2018. Francis says that he is not going to resign from his PSC job, which is considered part-time to run. The primary election, of course, October 14th. Also challenging Ardoin in this race is Brandon Trosclair, a Republican grocery store owner in Ascension Parish, who has aligned himself with a movement of conservative activists who believe there's been widespread fraud in Louisiana's elections, something that election officials, experts say is just simply not true. I'm going to need a different song for this one. We got to turn that one down. We need a little, got some A-Bay-Bay? Louisiana rapper Hurricane Chris, the artist who brings you A-Bay-Bay, was accused of murder after shooting a man he thought was trying to steal his car. Hurricane Chris found not guilty of all charges levied against him. Hurricane Chris, who has been noted and honored on our state legislative floor in the past. That's a real story. That's something that happened in real life. Chris Dooley, better known as Hurricane Chris, originally indicted on second-degree murder for the June of 2020 shooting of Danzaria Ferris Jr. Ferris was shot several times at a gas station. Dooley was also charged with illegal possession of a stolen vehicle. The trial ended yesterday with an acquittal of all charges, primarily on the reason of self-defense. So Hurricane Chris, acquitted. Yeah. Give me back to that Outcast. It was either A-Bay-Bay or Halle Berry, and I think we made the right choice. A judicial assistant to Judge try this again. Just cut this out in post before it airs, right? A judicial assistant to Judge Don Johnson was shot during a chance encounter with a pair of gun-toting bicyclists while she was on her way home Monday night. Police believe she's not the only one who's been victimized by the same attackers. BRPD says the shooting happened around 9 p.m. Monday on North Acadian Thruway. The victim was reportedly driving down Acadian when 2 bicyclists heading east on Bogan Walk tried crossing the street. The woman told police she nearly hit one of the riders. Moments later, one of them shot at her vehicle, hitting her in the arm. Just minutes later, another driver was shot on North 44th Street south of Gus Young Avenue, about a mile away from the scene of the earlier shooting. Police believe the same bicyclist shot a man inside a pickup truck, then forced him out of it. The pair then reportedly loaded up their bikes, drove off in the truck. Police have not yet identified any of the suspects in that shooting, or either of the shootings. That was number one. I'm looking at like you're going to hit it and Neil's going to go trending. That's not a thing. So off my game today. March Madness! All right, here's our trending story this morning.